And we'll see tonight as we get into the first draft right now. My prediction, I do think they'll be banning the Super Wukong. I don't think they'll be giving the Wukong away.
And we have seen that again and again.
Picks. Yeah. Yeah, and you just can't let him. You really can't. He played a very good Aatrox the other night, so I've been wondering if we could flex something like that again, because I know Willy Wonka can also play Aatrox. You know, that's such a strong top laner, and you're not going to know. Summoner's Savings isn't going to be really aware of where it's going. These flex picks, they weren't aware last time of the Ambessa. That Ambessa really threw a wrench in the works.
There's
the Kiana ban. Do not give that to Why Not. Do not.
No, you give that to Why Not. That's a free L. Yep.
Absolutely.
There's that Ambessa. Like we were talking about, not giving that to Willy Wonka or the Super Asian.
Yep, absolutely. These are going to be really standard bans, I imagine here. The comfort picks, the broken picks, and any and all in between. With the bans, I think they will be focusing, as you mentioned, on the jungle. Although, look at this. Chunky's Galio.
Taking away that Galio. Bit of respect coming through for Chunky's Galio.
I actually love the Galio ban here. I think that spells a very good green flags for Team Capybara, aware that maybe they want to remove the access to some of these combos on the side of Summoner's Savings as we get a Gwen ban. Once again, another flexible pick for the Super Asian and Willy Wonka. And while the Super Asian does tend towards those 80 bruises, I'm sure he can play a pretty mean Gwen if need be. Yawn ban.
Ornn taken away from EVQ.
A very, very, a classic ban. We've seen so much Ornn throughout this tournament. Vestion's Ornn, of course. Vestion's Ornn was a real staple.
The man, the myth, the legend himself.
A couple missed Call of the Forge Gods. A couple missed, one or two, but still a showing that was wonderful to see as an Ashe ban from Clown. No Enchanted Arrows tonight. We won't be witnessing.
Now, I'm curious to see if we see Clown's Draven. He did say after last game, I should have picked Draven, and it wasn't banned. I'm going to need to see a little bit more racism coming out of him tonight.
The Super Wukong. The Super Wukong. I love to see it. I love to see it. A comfort pick if there ever was one. He's been practicing. He's been putting in the games. He's been putting in the hours on that pick. And we're going to see it all come into play against the Titan that is Why Not as we get Lock on the Yunara.
Yeah, we're seeing Yunara picked quite a bit at the moment. Oh, and the Scion coming through for EverQ.
Another Scion. I think is that every game has had a Scion dot.
I don't know, but they are loving this champion at the moment. Now, I think maybe really giving Wukong over might be a bit of that ego we're talking about from Why Not. He says, I don't care who you pick, mate. You can pick him. I'm going to beat you. So we see the Xayah coming through for Clown as well. Now that's not the Draven, but I'm sure he's going to be very good on that Xayah too. A
defensive pick. I actually quite like that. It doesn't pair amazingly with the Wukong, but now you have the Rakan to pair it with. Yuchi, Clown. We've got the lore-friendly bot lane. We've already seen a Xayah Rakan do very well. We're probably going to see it do very well again as we get the Braum.
Secondly, passive with the Yunara.
Yep.
Could be some big damage coming through.
Absolutely. We're getting already a beefy front line for the likes of Summoner's Savings as Willy Wonka's Fiora. To stop that beefy front line, don't let him have that. Do not let him have that.
We cannot be giving him that one. But we're yet to see the mid-jungle come through for Summoner's Saving, and the mid-top for Team Capybara. The Poppy taken away. So I guess they're thinking that could be Why Not's Poppy. But
I think Poppy, a very safe pick, to get out of when you have the Wukong engage and the Rakan engage so telegraphed, so open. It's very good to make sure that it's not stopped. As Halo's pick going to be coming in through soon after this ban. And the mid lane picks will really decide how the Super Asian wants to play. I'm hoping for somewhat of an aggressive mid laner. Instead of the scaling that we're seeing as a Kindred ban. Wow. The first Kindred ban of the tournament. Good research done. They know Why Not's Kindred. They know how scary it is. Stacking up those marks.
Is that
going to be Why Not's J4.
Now, this is not too much of a classic pick from Why Not. Oh, but we do see Halo says, you know what? I'm going to run it back. I've just popped off on this Azir. I'm going to send it.
I love the confidence, and I think you deserve the confidence, Halo. You played so well. And I'm ready to see some good stuff again. A Rek'Sai. Is that Willy Wonka Rek'Sai top? I so decree.
Wow, the Rek'Sai into the Scion.
Yes. As we finally get Chungy on his Ahri. I've just noticed Team Capybara not respecting one of Chang's best picks there.
Yeah.
It's going to be certainly interesting if he can make use of this Ari because he's so proficient on it. It will be a Rek'Sai top. This is going to be two strong teams. One. Yeah, really interesting picks on both teams here. Who do you favor, Dodd?
I mean, look, we've got Changi on his most played champ. Big fan of his Ari. Why not? Yep. Very experienced, very good player overall. And I think the Braum Yunara combo is going to be putting in a lot of damage and a lot of, the passives working coincide. But they want to run in. They want to go in perma. And we're going to see Azir being able to stop that a little bit. And Wukong could go the other way, using his Cyclone to stop the engage. Or we're just going to see some fist clashing. And it's just going to be whoever can get rid of the enemy team's health bars fast enough.
I can't wait as we get into the game right now. A very big decider. I mean, whoever loses going home, that's not what you want.
No, it is not. But there might be some nerves on this side as well.
Absolutely. I really do think both teams have to be a little bit worried here as both the blue smites will be taken for the junglers. Movement on the team Summoner's savings quite high. You do have the Ari dashes, you've got the J4. We also have access to that Sion ult that we've seen so much. I love seeing a Rek'Sai in terms of what it can offer when used to perfection. It can grant so much sort of sneaky vision that you often don't anticipate on the opposing side.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm wondering if we're going to get that subterranean presence as much for this game for Team Capybara.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm excited to see Halo. I really am. I love the Azir on that first game, and I'm excited to see it again.
Yeah, look, and I'm sure that Chang'e would have played this matchup a few times. There's so many games on this Ari pick. So proficient, knows exactly what he's doing. We might see a bit of an late invade coming through. They don't have vision on this. Yeah, they've just spotted out the Super Asian. And Why Not says, I don't really care. The Braum passive coming through.
From Clown, a very early flash. They're going to fight through these feathers, but
they might flash here for the
or anything as they do get 3 stacks onto Muchi. That's an early flash from your ADC, and Why Not wants this red buff. No movement from Halo yet. He's going to force to give this Braum pressure from Asta so strong early, but Asta isn't even letting him get Krugs. We're going to have to smite this big Krug here if we want even a chance, as both smites go down.
And we see the bot lanes had to give up a little bit from Team Capybara as well. They've had to sack a few of these first wave creeps.
Certainly not a strong start for Team Capybara, as Why Not such a valuable member on the side of Summoner's savings.
Why Not picking up the big chicken there?
It's very important, but look, both bot laners walking up the flash auto
the passive
from
just
Why
fades.
Not there.
Yep.
Ooh, really
unfortunately,
unlucky.
the Braum passive had just fallen
stun.
off. Yeah.
Yeah. While, Clown had the Ghost ready and available, without Flash, there was certainly a chance that we could have got an early kill on the ADC, which is really, really good. But it's going to be quite even, actually, as with that early chicken, that big chicken steal, the Super Asian gets a little bit ahead in terms of CS. Or, yeah, actually he is.
Yeah, I think the Super Asian got all the little ones, but Why Not got the big one?
Oh, was that the other way around?
Yeah, I think so. That's why he's got more creeps.
Should be getting the fact of this heavy early trading onto these bot laners here is really gonna warp the bot lane in terms of how aggressive this Syra Khan can play and how aggressive Locke can play. Locke can play so far forward, and with this Braum full health, I mean, you just have however control of the lane you want, really.
Cannon being missed by Clown there. He's going to be feeling the pressure. There's a lot going on right now. And I do think, that Braum passive is so powerful early. And that in combination with the Yunara Q. What's going on, Willy Wonka?
Willy Wonka tunneling around those Scion Qs. And even with that level lead, it actually doesn't look too good. But never underestimate the sheer passive healing from the Rek'Sai. They can take a bad trade, they can go under the ground and heal up very quickly.
Yep.
That's the whole thing with the Rek'Sai. You got a lot of sustain in that top lane. You should be using it to your advantage.
Willy Wonka having to take an early recall, even though with that sustain, but also we see Sion has recalled as well. So they're going to be even on the TPs. Willy Wonka staying.
Ooh, not wanting that back yet. Greedy from Willy Wonka, but gonna be hard for EveQ to actually contest it. This wave probably just gonna be pushed in.
Yep.
As much as Willy Wonka would love to hold a freeze.
We see the early base coming through for Chungi as well. Picked up that Dark Seal and the Amp Tome and the refillable, so the sustain's going to be there, able to tank through some of those soldiers when ordering the waves and things like that. Ooh,
yes,
Willy Wonka.
Look at that sustain from that Rek'Sai, half health down. Boy, he was a quarter, already up to half. You can get so much from these waves. It's like a free Ravenous Hydra, truly. And EveQ now finds himself on the back foot.
And we see the spot lane gap's already started. You know, they've both picked up the cull, so there's no advantage there for, you know, it's not like Clown's going to have this magical CS because Locke's going to be there right with him. And why not going with the EQ from Jarvan? Magikarp just able to shuffle himself out of danger there.
Yeah, it costs a lot of mana though, so he's going to have to find an interesting reset timer. You do have TP, but you still have to get it off, and you don't really want to lose any CS as Willy Wonka drops dangerously low. The flash from EQ and the flash from Willy Wonka. He has to hit this long range. Just misses. Flash for flash. Nothing collects.
So they've seen a lot of action, we've seen a lot of fighting, but still no first blood as of yet.
Yeah, and Rek'Sai is a pick that you do want to get a little bit ahead of early. You want to abuse this natural sustain. So you really want to pick up 1 or 2 kills along the way, or at least a couple plates, which seem
not going to get that plate.
No, actually, I don't think it will. Yeah, that's not what you want. You could have afforded a couple more autos there. You know, you've got this J4 on the chickens, and that was on Vision as well.
We have seen a lot of disrespect resulting in some deaths over the last couple of days.
Yes,
and
true.
It's actually refreshing to see someone not greed and, you know, still walk away with a bit of a lead. Here we see a bot lane fight come through.
Asta jumps in, and you do have the Grant entrance as well, but look at that pullback on those feathers. Asta's taking a very big trade, but is the support the one you want to focus down? Locke,
what is this damage coming from Locke?
Autos out, and it's so much, isn't it just? That's actually crazy, the turnaround, and it cost Clown his ghost.
Yep.
Super Asian, though, potentially a bit of a distraction play as the Super Asian goes for this first early Cloud Break. Why not is topside? No grubs to trade with Eva.
Very early Dragon pickup. Probably unexpected, but they're pinging it. They want to go there now, but why not? The Dragon's going to be gone, mate.
Going to be gone as that unstoppable R is used from Willy Wonka just for a bit of lane prio. Yeah, that drag going over. Still have this freeze top. So Super Asian has access to just path top here and potentially pick up the Scion if he so was willing to. But bot lane isn't looking too good. So you have a lot of options that the Super Asian needs to choose here. Asta exhausting Clown. There's no Featherstorm to dodge away. W used by the Rakan. You jump. Pull back.
I'm very surprised that Locke doesn't pull the trigger there, to be honest.
Oh, look at this.
Locke's got that summoner advantage and just doesn't want to pop the Braum Shield. If he flashes in there, Zaya's going nowhere.
I actually it's a little bit interesting, truly. I don't really understand because Locke had these summoners up as we get a little bit of a top lane. Willy Wonka forced to tunnel away, but look at Why Not waiting in the midst, and Chungi is here as well. Willy Wonka's not going to be able to get out easily here, not dodging the charm.
There it is.
Kill the first blood of the game. Going over to Chungi. Trading the dragon for first blood, at least with Why Not there. Certainly an interesting play and might be useful, certainly, as we do start these grubs, but the Super Asian is topside and so is Muchi. It's not going to be freely given, and yes, you don't have access to the top laner, but Why Not does have 6 here, but so does the Super Asian. The EQ lands on both of them. Ults all around, and Asta's here to back him up. No top laner, no fight today. You're not even going to try and steal a grub, as these are done very, very quickly. They are still hovering, however, but with Halo in this mid-wave... Oh no, speak a bit too soon. Super Asian is going to clone. No, they're just going to give it, but the clone, the Cyclone hits all 3. It's a triple knock-up, and take a look. Mewtwo's here. Why Not? Forced to flash away from the Cataclysm. Asta going down as well, and that's EveQ. It's a triple kill. 14 Capybara. those grubs were just chosen. No, we won't contest the grubs, but we will get the kills. Feats of warfare. The triple kill feats of warfare going towards Team Capybara. Look at the restraint. The Super Asian didn't even want to go for the grubs. He starts on that Ari, knocking up Chungi, and that's exactly what you need. That second Cyclone, getting triple knockup as well. Forcing flashes, getting the Asta kill, and another kill going over to Halo. Really
and
good
the Super Asian putting on a good showing right now, picking up that early drag. Amazing ultimate there to knock up 3. And look there, he walks out of that fight with 2 kills. He's a happy Wukong right now. Triple longsword in his back pocket.
Is. And the thing is, as well as, wow, that is a, ginormous wave to lose a little bit. Luckily, it is caught by Clown, and we didn't have Yunara in that fight, which is why it didn't look too good because one of the kills is on that Yunara.
Yeah.
But in retrospect, they did pick up an extra wave for their trouble. Asta level 5, as Muchi has a small level lead, but I imagine with this wave, it will be evened out. But yeah, Super Asian to Super Asian, ooh, Halo finding himself face to face with Why Not here. Muchi's backing him up. The ghost popped from Clown onto Asta. It's all over a scuttle though. Attempts to stop Why Not's EQ mid-flight. Doesn't work, but at the end of the day, it might be a bit expensive. They do get the scuttle all the same. Kiran walking back to lane. Only a small trade.
Yeah, look, I'm a little disappointed in the volume of Summoner's savings. They've not made the most of this early advantage at all. And Zaya's pretty happy right now. Zaya's just farming up with the Regana in her back pocket. She's going to be pretty happy. She's got 40 stacks left on the cull. And it's almost like Yunara's scared to pull the trigger. And it might be those jitters of today could be the day they go home.
It really doesn't. I really so strongly agree with you, Dodd, because we got that flash from Clown so early. We have to make use of that. We need to be capitalizing on that, as maybe we will be. Locke pops the ult, a stun, that Braum passive being used, but I think it's just going to be neutralized on both counts. Neither fight picking up any kills, and this is the thing. Locke has held on to these summoner spells. 11 minutes.
Might be saving them for next game. Great EQ there from Wonka.
A really good cancel of it. He's going to go over the wall. The flash to follow the Cataclysm, but the Q, that flag strike, able to capture out. But the Super Asian is here, and Why Not finds himself able to EQ away.
Yeah, very well played from Why Not there. The EQ predict onto the Rek'Sai tunnel, followed by the ult over the wall. Knew exactly what he was doing from the moment he started doing anything.
Absolutely, and that is
the big chicken taking over from the Super Asian.
The Super Asian wanting more. The pop of ult from Chungi here. They want more, but a brilliant dodge from the Super Asian. Shurima shuffle onto Why Not. It's a trade of junglers, but Asta's here. He's gonna ult. He wants more, this Braum, but Chungi's out of dashes, and Muchi can afford to just run away.
Wow. Really is the battle of the junglers so far, but 2-0 each on both of these mid laners as well.
Yeah, and with such a really strong showing of Halo's Azir before getting those kills, we can take a look. Watch this. Perfect. He knew exactly he was going over that wall. The Cataclysm to follow, and then not a single miss on that. Why Not goes a little bit deep here. The Super Asian dodging that charm from Chungi was so integral to allowing this fight to go at least even in the way of trading both junglers here.
Yeah, and the Super Asian was able to just get a little bit more damage off into the Ari, so she couldn't just run straight at them. We do see Why Not attempting to pick up the second dragon. Yeah.
Right, and the Super Asian is bot side. It's slightly slow. But they aren't aware yet. Kiran, vision on it now.
They don't have ultimates available on mids or junglers.
All 4 members of Team Capybara.
The Cataclysm has just come up.
Who steals it there? We'll need the confirmation. It is Why Not as the Featherstorm is used. The flash in from Why Not and the EQ on both of them, collecting the bot lane of Team Capybara. And there's no damage, even with Lock. The Super Asian forced to run away. Chungi doing so much. EQ having to be flashed from the
Halo?
Super Asian. Halo is doing so much. It's a trade of mid laners as it's now down to the junglers. Why not? And the Super Asian Q, that Sheen proc from the Trinity Force, doing so much. Trade after trade. But Summoner's Savings does get the dragon. We did hear right there as well. First tower. Be interesting to see who that goes over to as we look in this replay. Play brilliantly. Look at YNOT's EQ there after the Cataclysm. And yes, Halo is in this fight and doing a lot of damage, but just trading your life with the mid laners, will that be worth it? A brilliant flash from the Super Asian. We can see up the top there. They both take each other down. Watch the sundering. The slam.
Bomba.
Bang. Taken down. And it looks like because Sion was mid there, I believe first tower, yes, did go over to Team CAPYBARA, who have picked up the Feats of Warfare.
They have. And that's a big pickup.
It is. It certainly is. And in the meanwhile, so much gold in terms of a 3k gold lead for Team CAPYBARA. While that was an okay fight picking up the dragon, you're still behind and you need to get something more to get and stay in this game.
Yep.
And this is what it's going to be. It's going to be this Rift Herald. We're going to fight it right now. Both teams hovering around this river. It's already quite low though. Smite is available for YNOT and the Super Asian, but they're going to show patience.
Yep.
Let's just give it.
We don't. There's no ultimate on the Wukong, so it's pretty much suicide if he's going in. And you know he's got a 350 gold shutdown. We got 4 and 1 on both the mid and the jungler for Team CAPYBARA. So they got to look after these shutdowns. We can afford to play safe.
Yeah. We scale quite well. You know we have really good scaling. We're ahead currently. Let's just keep this lead and not make any risky plays.
Yeah, and Clown's even finished off his cull. He's happy. Considering how that level 1 went, which was an absolute disaster, we might see Halo caught out here a little bit. He's got his tower.
He's got the tower here, the passive of Azir flashing past the Sion Q. But that Azir tower, blocking his own ult as Locke does catch Emperor of Shurima there.
I believe it might have even been Aster's wall. Stand behind Braum. Really just stopped that Azir ult from doing anything.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
I see. Wow, that's a new interaction. I've learned so much. But the Cyclone onto Locke here. YNOT's here as well. The Super Asian is by himself. How big is he? Dodging the EQ perfectly.
He's still going.
From Locke, and he's still going. Look at the healing. The redemption. Almost enough. Chungy was there and would have helped. But that's a really good little 1v2 from the Super Asian.
And I just want to point out, he's up 30 CS and he's up 2 levels on this Wukong. Yes. And I do think Wukong picked up for the Super Asian is so much more valuable than Jarvan picked up for YNOT. I don't think YNOT's looking too comfortable on this champion right now.
Yeah, it was so much disrespect to not ban away one of your really good players, like the Super Asian performing so well, and not banning away one of his best comfort picks. I mean, you're feeling the wrath of the monkey. You really are feeling the Monkey King's wrath right now, and he's outplaying. Some of these outplays are so just powerful, really good, and you're staying with so much presence on the map. And while this game evens out, there's still a 2k gold lead to Team CAPYBARA.
Yeah, throughout this whole thing, we'll just see Willy Wonka happy as Larry on those Rek'Sai in the top lane, up 1.3k gold, up 20 CS, about to be 30, and he's chilling. Able to provide very similar disruption as the Sion as well. So it's not like, you know, Sion's going to be outscaling right now. Rek'Sai's pretty happy.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it is a bit of a back foot from Willy Wonka here, but I think it's probably quite calculated. We don't need to be making risky plays, but like we saw him not give up that plate early game, and I think that's been a sort of case in point for Team CAPYBARA. They don't want to do anything that would sort of stop this lead from having the snowball effect, as Atakan will be spawning bot side, and it's definitely going to be a heated contestation from both teams wanting it, as Muchi just dash away from it.
They choose not to pull the trigger there.
Yeah, no, and very smartly done. Not what you're going to want, as both teams, I mean, this is really going to be the river, a river of war, as we see the TP coming in. Gonna be the Rek'Sai in here now. We're gonna have so much extra vision by that subterranean vision. And look at the charm onto Why Not. He does buffer the EQ and is able to get out, but Halo is in this backline. He's fighting 1v1. The team is split. Halo finds himself falling. It's the fight up top. Locke is alive, but Willy Wonka wants something here. As the Super Asian is attempting to CC up Why Not. Can he even get the 1v1 off? The flash away from Why Not. It's such a good team fight for Summoner's Saving. He does collect Why Not here, and the flash from the Super Asian to not get the recalled REQ. Exit Enslave, Eve Q. Can he get him? He can take down the Super Asian, as it's now a 1v2 for Team Capybara. A brilliant team fight from Summoner's Savings there.
Yeah, they were able to really pick up, 4 of those kills. Very well played from Summoner's Saving, and unfortunately for Capybara, Halo was 1v2ing against the mid jungle. He just kind of got left out on island, and then they were able to pick up the kill onto Halo and then come back and absolutely dumpster onto Clown.
Yeah, I personally, I mean, maybe just an overestimation of your abilities on what Halo thought he could do there. You know, you're taking 2 of the biggest members. Are you sure that's what you want there? Can you 1v2? And evidently he couldn't, because here comes a TP from this Scion into this river. Why Not's here as well? We're going to slow Willy Wonka, but Mucci is just completely caught out. That Braum passive. Dragon started a really early smite from Why Not. The confidence is astounding, as it will just be backed off. The Super Asian not going to even try. He's on these chickens, but are they going to give the Atakan as well? This will be the true test, the turning of the tides for either team on who gets this objective.
Now Atakan will be shredding the RMR. Halo's going to be able to do a lot of work here if he wants.
Double redemption coming out. And look, Braum is riding the bus to Super Asian. I'm going to run this monkey over. It doesn't matter. It was actually really well played from the Super Asian, who is now in the backline, blown up by the RE charm. You do have Willy Wonka in the backline as well, but take a look. Halo is not doing what he needs to be doing, and there's no damage output allowed because of the zoning from the Scion. It traded his life. Chungi catches on the RE charm, and Mucci is alive again, but it doesn't matter. You're forced to use everything just to get out. And that's going to be Atakan as well for Summoner's Savings. Jeez, what a team fight.
Yeah, look, and it is very unfortunate that Halo's not having much of an impact right now. He just sat here. He has ult up. He's too afraid. He doesn't want to walk in. Gets knocked up. Gets knocked up again.
Both, yeah.
And Scion is just completely zoning.
It's this pressure soaking. Like what these top laners are doing. This Scion pick is so strong. It's taking your ADC, your attack damage carry, and your main mid lane carry out of the game for the entirety of that team fight. What can you do? Genuinely,
and they were too split. Because the Super Asian was on the back line. He had Why Not sitting on 10% health, but it wasn't enough because the Super Asian just got taken down, and then Willy Wonka's left on an island by himself. Mucci was already dead, so it wasn't even in that fight.
We now get another fight in now top river. EQ landed onto Halo as that Shurima shuffle goes completely wide. The Emperor's decree that you are doing nothing with my decree. The Super Asian caught out by that Braum passive. Chungi is on a rampage, but they want more. They're still in this jungle. Grand Entrance used to stop Why Not, but buffered beautifully again. Halo finds himself going down. The Emperor fallen.
Yep. Yeah, look, and unfortunately, it seems like they're feeling a bit lost right now. They're slow on the tempo, and they're running into darkness, and it's causing them to die. We were seeing really good leads coming through for the mid jungle of Team Capybara, and funnily enough, they're the ones that are dead now. And we look across the other side, 6-1 on this Ahri. Seeing Why Not getting a bit cheeky towards this Wolves. He's going deep. He's got the Cataclysm up. Slams on the Clown's head.
Well, it's greedy of him. Will it pay off? Here comes the Featherstorm. A big shutdown over to Clown. That is your ADC. As we look at the flank from Willy Wonka, it was so greedy of Team Summoner Savings. Although Locke is doing the damage output like crazy. Although that R is undodgeable for the Yunara, it will be a double kill for this Rek'Sai. Greed is good. We'll have to see.
And just as I was saying, Jarvan hit that new shutdown. He's got 500 gold shutdown right now. And what is he doing? This is that ego that Why Not's got, and he's just doing this for no reason. He doesn't have a team with him.
You don't have the damage. You don't have the damage yet, especially with both bot laners, you know, right, just sitting here. And then take a look. You doom your enemy team. You doom your own team. As Locke finds himself at least catching that Muchi to get that extra kill. But that's a shutdown. 2 kills for Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
who has picked up some really good items.
Summoner's saving, trying to compensate for why not going in there. And it just, unfortunately, meant they gave up both of their lives.
Certainly. Still, in terms of objectives, Summoner's Savings is ahead. And while Team Capybara does have a slight gold lead, it's going to be close. I love Chungy picking up this Medjay's though. 10 stacks on it. I'm hoping to see 25 by the end of the game.
Yeah, well, it could be 25, could be 0 right now. It's going to be interesting to see. He does have that Malignant's Horizon Focus build, so we're going to be seeing a lot of ultimates coming out for Chungy as well. Level 14 now. Got a bit of a lead onto Halo, who's been kind of doing nothing for the last 10 minutes. We need to see Halo really step up and have a, you know, try and bring back his performance from previous
game. It's a lucky route. Looks like Locke wasn't paying too much attention. They can't follow up, but might keep Locke on the ball a little bit more now, as that could have been his life right there. Yeah,
we got this 4th Dragon spawning in about 30 seconds, and the recall's coming through from the bot side of Summoner's saving. They're going to be there, but they're going to be there late.
Looks like ult was used. The Shurima Shuffle was used by Halo. He's not going to have access to this in this fight, which might be really bad considering that's a majority of your team's disruption effect. We've got TP available as we do see Sion, the top laner, spotted bot side jungle. It's going to be a massive team fight. Why not has GA online? Do you want to engage onto that Braum as that Sion ults in? Locke hitting the clone, stacking up lethal tempo. The Cyclone is not hitting anyone.
Clown's free hitting.
Taken down. The Super Asian does take Sion, and Clown is doing damage. It's a beautiful EQ flash from Why Not. And the Super Asian gets onto Locke in that backline. Why Not is here, but he has GA. The Super Asian's so hungry. Cheeky Monkey taking down J4. And the Charm a little bit wide onto Super Asian.
Halo with a massive EQ.
And it's a complete turnaround. We might have given the Atacon, we might have given the Dragon, but Capybara is still so coordinated. That team fight working perfectly. The Super Asian making Chungy have to ult there. No 25 stacks, only 16. And we take a look back at this fight. We can look topside. The Super Asian distracting 3 members there with just that clone. And they're able to play this backline, take out this Sion so brilliantly. The Willy Wonka flash into the backline as well, providing just enough distraction to get damage onto Locke. And the Super Asian can clean up here. He's so fed, he's so confident on this pick.
Yeah.
It's working well. It's working really well.
Yeah, but an awesome shuffle here, see from Halo, just to kind of finish off Why Not too. That GA is going to be useless for another 5 minutes.
Absolutely. As we get a bit of a contestation on this Baron, we've collected 2 dragons on both sides. And the gold lead's pretty similar, all things considered. I mean, these fights are close. One item could spell the doom, and we can take a look here now. That mid lane, literally neck and neck close. Top lane only about, a 1k difference there. And more importantly, something to look at is the jungle. I mean, the fact that this jungle matchup has been so close to Super Asian is putting on such good form on this Wukong pick.
Very much so. Yeah, and unfortunately, I think Clown had a bit of a rough fight last fight. He got caught early by a charm. And if he didn't get hit by that charm, if he was able to use his ultimate, then he would have been able to escape and do a lot more damage.
Yeah, and Clown, he's picked up that BF sword, he's picked up that pickaxe, he's probably getting quite close to that IE, and if he can hit that power spike before the next team fight, will be good, but looks like Why Not is aware they want to start this Baron before he has access to this. There's a huge engage onto Muchi, who's going to find themselves falling. Locke taking that kill, Chungy Ari dashing ahead. TP back though. Baron a little bit, they're not looking Baron here. They want this mid tier 1. They have to take it out. Here comes Why Not, the Cataclysm, Flag and Drag coming through. Clown taking so much damage. Locke doing the damage now. They can go Baron, they're pinging Baron. They want Baron, the flash in. Shurima Shuffle misses completely. What is that Emperor doing? Able to go Baron now easily, as without that ult, contest is going to be difficult.
Yep.
Willy Wonka is looking, though. Pushing that midway out, very important. A TP coming in. The Super Asian does have access to that Cyclone. Sion pushing out a little bit far here, but is taking enough to buy time. The Baron is collected, and the charm
Mewtwo
landed
onto
Mewtwo again. A retreat called by both sides.
Yep. And it is very unfortunate. Unfortunately, the bot side for Team Capybara really letting them down right now. Clown getting picked there again with, you know, no summoners up, and he's playing towards the side that Jarvan's on. And I mean, see, Mewtwo's just died twice in a row. Trying to step up a little bit too close.
Charms. Chungy is landing every single one of these Ari charms, and it's working so well. We can take a look. Why not going a little bit deep, but it isn't punished at all. So much damage on Locke here, who is so close and putting out the damage in this team fight. And then Sion, of course, soaking the pressure. Mewtwo eating the Ari charm.
Yeah.
Nothing out of the ordinary there.
We got 3 items online for the Xayah now. 3.5 for Yunara. And the 20 stacks on the Magi seen here for Chungy on the Ari pick.
We're hoping that with this double summoner spells from Clown. Oh, Mewtwo, please don't get hit by another charm. Ari's not there, but I'm still fearful of it all the same. 20 stacks on that Medjai's. We have the IE on Clown now, and we've got double sum. I mean, like,
surely.
Back to front team fight dream can be played. All he has to do, Featherstorm, any engage, and be looking for a good time, certainly. But this Baron will allow such a potent siege on this bot lane tower, although the deep push from the Emperor is very, very strong as well.
Yeah, they've got some decent wave clear for Capybara at least, but Wukong, I mean, the Super Agent has been creating a lot of space for his carries. Yeah. If he can keep doing that and play this front to back, then, you know, we could still have a fight on our hands.
Certainly, as we're seeing a bit of a slow stall with this Azir wave clear. It's very hard to siege these towers. You can't even get this mid tier 2, really, as they've decided to sit 4 bot. And whether that play works out for them, we'll have to see. Baron will be about half time now. We haven't taken a single tower yet. Why Not is waiting in the bush, has eyes on Willy Wonka, and will flag and drag him straight towards Willy Wonka. Able to escape, though. That tunnel system used perfectly. Super Asian pushing out a little bit far, forced to clone. It's a defensive clone. You're not going to be able to engage for a couple seconds, certainly.
And they've done well so far to hold off on this Baron. They lost mid turret, and that's about it so far. But they do have this dragon set up right now.
Well. It's not soul though, so they can afford to give this. They probably aren't wanting to, but they can afford to. The redemption going out to heal, but they have taken a decent amount of trade. The double knockup from Willy Wonka, and here's the engage from Why Not, getting 2 passive stacks onto both people. They can't engage though. Sion getting onto the Super Asian, and this is a massive engage. Locke is the target.
The backline's just free hitting though.
Down. Sion this is the dream. The IA is done as Why Not finds himself falling. Team Capybara on form here. Willy Wonka in the backline as well. It might be a full-on ace. Where is Chungy forced to defensively ult
the blast cone for Willy Wonka?
Yeah, that's exactly what you need. The Ari charm doesn't land,
what
and it goes
massive
in
fight.
the favor of Team Capybara.
And right there, that's that exact space that the Super Asian's been able to create. You know, we've got Jarvan flag and dragging onto the backline, but it's not enough. He's just sitting there getting his GA procced. And he misses the flag and drag.
Yeah. Take a look, he just gets 2 autos off here. Why Not cannot get in here. He EQs, but it's a beautiful clone. Look at that clone from the Super Asian. He's so confident on this pick. This GA useless.
Yep, and Clown staying alive. He's got that flash this time, so he's not going to go down yet. Just uses that Featherstorm to escape any potential threat from that Sion.
It's a crazy back and forth game here.
Very much so.
Teams pushing and pulling ahead. It's absolutely insane, and that will only be, the thing is though, Dodd, that's only 3rd Drake. Soul Point is still available for both teams if they fight it correctly.
Very even game right now. 500 gold in it. This game is neck and neck.
33 minutes.
We do see a 2.5k gold lead between the ADCs. So, and you know, Halo's actually accrued a 1.5k gold lead on this Azir pick.
Yeah. The engage from the J4 finds nothing, of course. But we've seen this as Halo is online really now. He's got the items, and his damage output is so high. And if you're taking a look, there's not a huge amount of MR on the side of Summoner's savings, as a charm does land on Willy Wonka, but nothing is collected. Both teams scared, fearful, not wanting to engage just yet, but we've spotted out that Jungie. Why not just going in by himself? There's no follow-up for the rest of the team, my friend.
Ulting.
It's a huge team fight. The backline is here. Locke is putting out a lot of damage, though. They cannot get onto Locke yet. We see Mucci attempting to. The Super Asian is there. The Cyclone trades. It's so good. Scion's down as well. Willy Wonka gets eaten by the charm. Is up alone in the front. And it's a good team fight for Team CAPYBARA.
Very well played from Team CAPYBARA. They're able to, and the GA pickup from the Super Asian, able to just go in, soak up all that damage, and then come back alive and get that Cyclone off in the backline.
Certainly, it definitely played a really good role, being able to trade with Locke there. You know, it did cost the Super Asian his life, but it was the super sacrifice because that team fight goes so well in your favor, and now you have access to Baron.
Yeah, look, and the flag and drag came through from Wynot, but it didn't hit anyone. So he just ulted, but his team's not there to back him up, and we're seeing Asta getting picked up, trying to get some vision onto the Baron, but for what? I'm not sure. No one's there to help him. Ari's in mid, and Jarvan's still walking out of base, so we've just kind of thrown away any sort of, I don't know, Halo.
Halo stepping up a little bit there. Here it comes, but look at that. I mean, completely out of their perfect usage of the dashes, although the smite, the blue smite to stop that back. But is that what you want? You take half your health in a trade, and Willy Wonka's here. EQ does land flag and drag. Shurima shuffled, using that catalysm to get away, but you're trading with your life. Magic Kirin flashing away. They can escape with this redemption. It's a pretty good for the side of Team CAPYBARA, as your Baron is ready to siege this mid lane turret, and everyone has moved topside to help Wynot here.
And Wynot's looking a little bit lost right now. Mucci with the ult.
Absolutely.
Engage.
Not looking for Locke here, not wanting to go too deep. Really good patience shown from the side here of the support, and have gotten that inhib already down. We're gonna have to defend the base, but can you defend this tower as well? A really useful Baron compared to the other side.
Yep.
As
they've really broken up in the base.
This Nexus. But look, no, let's be patient. Let's not get greedy. Let's push back. Let's get a reset going on. Don't want to make any mistakes. We will be going home.
Yeah, and we've got Soul Dragon spawning in 1 minute. They've got this Baron to push out the lanes. They got the two inhibs topside, so this Dragon should be theirs for the picking. And look,
such a good team fight.
Yep. We're seeing this difference between the two champions, Jarvan and Wukong. Jarvan has very much fallen off. At this point, he's a flag and drag Cataclysm bot, and Wukong is putting out some massive damage, and you know, the flag and drags from Wynot have been left wanting. They're just not connecting, and he's just doing nothing, unfortunately.
That engage in the last team fight, not the one up top, but the engage in the last team fight, you know, he went in solo, and if he had a Kai'Sa, if he had, you know, maybe a mid laner that could easily follow, but Chungi was zoned off, and Locke was so far behind that he just found himself in the front line, taken out. There was no follow-up from the rest of his team. Scion ult can get you there, but it is slow as well. There's another turret. Look at the gold lead now. It was so close for so much of this game. 6K. That is frankly absurd how quickly that's transpired. Wynot does have a nice flank here, but Halo vision
just doing
acquired.
So much damage on that Azir as well.
We get Asta there, and Asta's going to find himself in the midst of all members of Team CAPYBARA. Locke is needing to run for his life. EQ blocked by the Cyclone Wukong. You do have it, but look at the damage from Locke. The items are free hitting,
but he's dead.
But
what have they done?
Trade. I mean, it's back forth, back forth. It's absolutely insane that neither team can pull ahead in such a large aspect. This is a crazy game here.
Yeah, they just locked in so hard on the Yunara. It's like they tunneled. It was insane. They didn't turn around to see all the people that were there waiting to die.
Yeah, I mean, the Cyclone was so good from the Wukong, from the Super Asian, blocking the flag and drag from Why Not, but Locke had too much damage at that point. With all these items complete, he is such a threat, and if you cannot get onto the Yunara, you will find your team getting rinsed. Willy Wonka on vision. Flag and dragged, and that's a blast cone. You're in the back line. And here comes the Scion ult. We gotta catch you out. Magic Kieran might find himself also caught out. The Ari Charm from Chungy landing. You are charmed and in love, but that love will be death for you. That's gonna be not Soul. It's just third Drake, Dodd. It's just third Drake.
Look, and I don't know what Team CAPYBARA are doing. They go for this massive engage for what? They had Soul up waiting for their taking with Baron, and Enib's gone. And instead, they've just decided, let's burger flip it, and they've thrown the game back towards Summoner saving.
Oh my god, we talked, they had the patience before, but we need it more. We need it throughout this game. Why did we fight topside? There was no need. Oh my god, as now it's back. It was a 6k, it's now a 2k gold lead, as pretty much everyone is full build now. It is certainly the late game.
Yep. Yep, we've seen some very powerful builds come online right now. We've got 24 stacks on Chungy, on that Ari.
almost what I'm seeking, truly.
No defensive items though, so it's glass cannon Ari, but he is 6-1, so he's done well for himself to hang in there and stay out of harm's way. He does have that Malignance ult, so he's got that getaway card on his mind every 30 seconds.
Certainly, and I mean the game revolves at this point around Locke. Truly, can he dodge out? And with both sums burned, any fight that they want to take is not a fight that they want indeed, because they're gonna need, Locke is gonna need his flash up, because every member of Team CAPYBARA is just gunning for him.
Yep. And I would say Team CAPYBARA are trying to stall out potentially for Clown to get his last item. He's sitting on that BF, the lonely BF.
Certainly indeed. As I actually quite like the build from Willy Wonka. He's been playing a very team-orientated, flank-orientated, just how the Rek'Sai is supposed to be played. And it has worked out for some of these team fights. But you are lacking a little bit of damage from your top laner.
Yep.
Truly are.
But he's fulfilling the same duty as Scion right now. They're just this meat shield. Just soaking up, being a nuisance, being a bit of a threat. I feel like I haven't really seen Scion all game, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's just there.
He just is there. Yeah, he's the painting in the background.
He's just a big minion with a gigantic health Baron. That's very annoying. Spawned.
It'll probably be the fight for the game, if I'm deadly honest with you, as 41-minute Baron. I mean, this is, both teams want this absolutely.
Yep, and we've got to be seeing some nerves coming through. This is
Take a look here.
Go big or go home right now for either of these teams. This could be their last game. That will be one of their last games of the tournament. They've seen them all recall. The Super Asian, too scared to get the pink ward.
Yeah, not even using the auto reset on that pink ward.
And they're starting straight away.
Yeah, I mean, that is getting rinsed.
Where is it going?
Oh my god. Why not? He's in the pit, but it's already gone. Cataclysming him out, and that's the grand entrance from Mewtwo. Picking up 1, picking up 2, picking up 3. The Super Asian attempting to get onto Locke, but he cannot find Locke. Locke full health. Here comes the GA. Now onto Locke now. Can they shred him? Yes, they can. Baron collected. The Ace collected. Why not alive? Although Clown will find that final kill. Why not? Sorry, not an ace. Why not is alive, but it was such quick shredding onto that Baron.
Yep.
And it looks like this game will go over to the side of Team CAPYBARA. The Super Wukong. An unstoppable Simeon. Why not? Attempting his final defense. Ho, ho, ho.
What a wonderful game from Team CAPYBARA. They did, they gave us some false hope. There was a bit of back and forth, but hey, they were able to pick it up at the end.
They absolutely were. I mean, and speaking of back and forth, that game was truly incredible. I mean, we had one team ahead, the other team ahead, and then it just kept trading back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
Atakan for you, Dragon for you, Baron for you. It was crazy.
I mean, you took the W. You took the W. Yeah, exactly.
That's what it was. That's what it was. And I think we have to just, I have to personally call out the Super Asian here.
Yeah.
That disrespect from Team Why not banning away one of his strongest picks. We saw the performance and it did not disappoint. It was beautiful. It really was. Great clones, great Nimbus strikes, and great cyclones.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, allowing Clown to get online, allowing this backline getting online, it was just, they bought enough time. You know, yes, he got behind at the start, but we didn't see that bully effect. You know, we
really didn't.
His flash. Yeah, and Locke held, we got 11 minutes, I believe it was, when Locke still held onto his summoner spells. We did not get the use there. It was a real shock.
Yeah, I think it was really unfortunate. Locke and Asta had that game to take over. Easily could have pulled the trigger early on in that laning phase. They've got the Braum passive, and once you get the Braum passive on you, when you're against that Yunara, you can't leave. And they just didn't pull the trigger. And so that early lane that they managed to, you know, the early lead they managed to get from that early Jarvan invade just amounted to nothing. And the Super Asian was able to just completely come back and take over the game, to be honest.
Yeah, and you know what, we saw the Super Asian play really patiently. I loved seeing his patience. He never over engaged, he never under engaged. It was always so calculated and so perfect. And I think, you know, it gets to the point I want to talk to you about MVPs. It's obvious who I think the MVP was, the Super MVP. But what about you, Dodd? Who do you think was the clincher for that game?
Look, I mean, It's got to be the Super Asian. You know, it really has to be. I mean, we can't give it a Clown who went 2-7. Look, I would love to say Halo.
Damn. Call him out, why don't you, Doug? Call him out,
he got the W, so who really cares? But, you know, Halo did well, but he was lacking a little bit. But, I mean, we got to give it to the Super Asian who brought it in to Super Home. So, big W from that team.
I think absolutely. Muchi, you know, there were a couple downfalls on Team Capybara there. Muchi eating a lot of those Ari charms. You know, Halo missing a couple of those Shurima shuffles. But then, once again, it was just constantly traded back. A little bit of a too deep engage from Why Not, a misstep from Asta. It just went back and forth, and it was just so difficult to keep track of. But finally, in that big team fight, I said it would cost the game, and it certainly did. The quickness of shredding the Baron.
Yeah, it just disappeared. Why not got there in time? But I mean, I did call out Clown for going 2-7. He did also get the last hit on that Baron, so he secured that for his team. Neither of these junglers know how to smite, apparently. Who knows? But look, I mean, it really did come down to a little bit of a jungle diff, to be honest. Not calling out Why Not specifically, but the Super Asian went crazy, and Why Not's impact was pretty low. The flag and drags were not there. The cataclysms were, but when that's all you've got, he didn't have the follow up, and it did feel like Locke was a little bit too passive on that Yunara. You know, we've seen other Yunaras that just go crazy. They go in and they have these massive impacts, and that just wasn't there from the bot lane.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the potential of Locke in some of these team fights. We really did, but honestly, it was so good. These games were so good, and I'm astounded. So I'd like to thank everyone for coming in, and we'll be back, of course, on Wednesday the 17th, same time, for a best of 3 in round 5 of the losers bracket. You can stay up to date with all the information, the OceanicResurrectionTournament.com or just OceanicResurrection.com. Thank you, Dodd, for joining me.
Thank you.
Wow. These games were so good.
Bro, back-to-back days, bangers. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. I can't wait to see who takes this tournament out.
Well, that's all from us for tonight. I'd love everyone who joined in, who watched, to have a wonderful evening, and I hope to see you all again on Wednesday, the 17th. Good night for now, though.
See you later.